What's going on, guys? It's Bill from WPS Reptiles, and if you recognize this building behind me, you will recognize that we are at Sewerfest, the Southeast Wisconsin Reptile Expo. We are back. It is a beautiful September day. We did a video about Sewerfest back in April. You can go back and check that video out. Today is going to be a little bit of a different video. So we are doing another educational presentation today at 11 at the show. And I want to focus this video on our educational presentations and on the safe handling practices that we have when we do these educational presentations. I'm gonna get hit by a car. What is going on, guys? This is Bill from WPS Reptiles in Kenosha. Sport my fancy new polo. I'm loving this shirt. And today I want to do a video about safe handling practices that I use when I do my reptile presentations. In Illinois and Wisconsin, we do reptile presentations for birthday parties, school assemblies. We do smaller groups like preschools, daycares, library programs. Larger groups, we do all school assemblies. We've done picnics, we've done business and corporate events. And at all of these events, I want to make sure that everyone has a good time, everyone enjoys themselves, and that everything is safe. Not only safe for the patrons that come, but safe for the reptiles as well. And so I'm going to kind of go over the handling practices that I utilize at these events to make sure that the animals are safe, the people are safe, and it's a fun and positive event for everybody. I filmed our presentation at Sewerfest a couple weeks ago, and intermittently in this video with me narrating here, I'm going to show clips from our presentation at Sewerfest a couple weeks ago to kind of showcase in live action the handling practices that we use. So I have a couple of things I want to say first. First of all, these are my safe handling practices, and I am not judging anybody else if their handling practices are different, but these are the practices that I've adopted that I continue to utilize to maintain a safe environment for the animals and for the people. And there's a couple caveats to that. I understand that people are nervous or afraid of reptiles. I think the point of all of us educating is to help people learn more appropriate facts and understandings of these animals and not be afraid. But there are people who are going to be afraid. And I don't want little kids to be afraid. So I am even not only trying to prevent any bites or scratches at my events, but I don't even want a kid to get scared. And so in my safe handling practices, I want to make sure that a kid's not going to flinch, an animal's not going to flinch that's going to make a kid scared. I want everyone to leave my presentations with a very positive experience. And so I might be a little cautious, but again, it's for the well-being of my reptiles and the well-being of those who come and attend my programs. So, you guys know reptiles already. You guys have reptiles as pets. Some of you guys some dairy cow isopods. So we don't have to talk about reptiles and what makes an animal a reptile. You guys already know reptiles. We're just going to introduce you to some of the animals that we have here. We'll talk a little bit about them. You guys know bearded dragons, right? Bearded dragons are really popular lizards. So we always start our presentations kind of talking about what makes an animal a reptile. And we always start off our reptile presentations with our bearded dragons. Bearded dragons, as you guys know, are very popular pet lizards. They're kept very commonly as pets. They're in most pet shops. A lot of schools and libraries have bearded dragons. We have Fern, who is one of our ambassador bearded dragons. We have Callisto. I've done videos about Callisto before. She is our silkback scaleless bearded dragon. Bearded dragons are very popular at our shows. They are usually the reptile that most people can recognize right off the bat. And the easiest way to handle a bearded dragon is just by having them sit right on your hand. And so we will usually instruct, even the smallest kids can just put their hand out and the dragon will sit right on them. The back feet, the front feet need to kind of feel secure in order for the dragon to feel comfortable. If they're not feeling secure, they're going to wiggle, kid's going to get scratched, the dragon's going to get antsy, and again, I'm trying to avoid all of that. So easy peasy, bearded dragons. They just sit on your hand, and this is how it goes. It's hung out, and because it's blue, a predator might think it's toxic. Usually brightly colored animals in the wild are toxic or poisonous. I have the whole kilo because she scratches, but you guys can pet her. Him. This is Bucky. Bucky is our eastern blue tongue skink. We always bring a blue tongue when we do presentations. They're fantastic pet animals. They're very unique in their body structure. Having that blue tongue, talking about that defense mechanism, blue tongue, is always a popular lizard. Bucky has sharp nails. These guys do have sharp nails. So I oftentimes won't let kids actually hold Bucky. I know I'm such a mean guy. I like to hold Bucky, and I like kids to pet Bucky, feeling the scale differences, feeling the differences in the texture.
You just look today and get used to them, right?
There are black and white Tegus and there are red Tegus. Ralphie's are red. They are omnivores. They do need to eat fruits and vegetables.
You guys know Ralphie. You guys have met Ralphie several times on YouTube. If you've been to any of my in-person events, Ralphie is usually with us. He's taken a break a couple times, but Ralphie is my rock star. He is an amazing Argentine red Tegu. Go back through my videos. There's been a couple videos documenting his health journey and some of the challenges we've had with him, but he's recovering and feeling better. I don't let people hold Ralphie. That's not true. I have let some adults hold Ralphie here and there, but especially with kids, it's easier for me to hold Ralphie and allow for petting. Or if I'm outside, Ralphie can crawl around on the grass. I'm not going to have any other animals out at the same time as Ralphie. He's going to be out by himself, and he's got to be the showcase. He's got to be the superstar. But also, it's really important to me when I do education that there's one animal per educator. Madison Culver usually does my events with me, and so having her at events is helpful. There are times where we'll each have an animal, but most of the time I have an animal out one at a time. Ralphie's one of them. There's usually not an animal out when Ralphie's out. I want people to pay attention to Ralphie. I want people to learn about him, and I just don't want any accidents. I don't want him to get, suddenly scared by something else or interested in something else. And so as far as my safe handling goes, one animal at a time per educator is definitely a rule that I like to follow.
These guys can live to be in their 50s. They are herbivores, except Ivysaur breaks the rules a little bit. They're one of the only omnivore tortoise species. So they'll eat worms, night crawlers, and mushrooms. They look like tortoises, and they kind of spend a little bit more time on land. They still spend a lot of time in water. They still do swim, and can live a really long time. So their average age range is usually 30-ish years, but I've seen box turtles live 80 to 100 years old. These guys can live a really, really long time. We can meet Biggie Smalls. Biggie! Oh my! Ooh. So this is Biggie Smalls. I'll walk around and you guys can pet him.
We do bring turtles and tortoises with us to events. The only safe handling practice is with smaller turtles and tortoises, we ask kids to use 2 hands, hold them like a cheeseburger, but with the bigger tortoises, I'll hold them or we'll let them walk around on the floor.
In cartoons, they climb out of their shells and they're wearing like underpants, but that doesn't happen in real life. The grayscale corn snake. You guys don't have to handle them if you don't want to.
Just gotta unwrap them.
I do bring snakes to presentation as well, and I always save the snakes for last because I like to have a little bit more time with the snakes. I like to let people interact with the snakes a little bit more. They take a little longer, and typically those are the animals people want to see. Those are the animals people want to interact with. I bring corn snakes, I bring ball pythons, and then I alternate between one of my larger Burmese or one of my larger boa constrictors. Different cities, different states, different villages have different ordinances about safe handling. Illinois, for example, educators have to control the head of python species, I think. I know it's kind of in the works and kind of changing right now. The insurance that we have with our insurance company, we have kind of stipulated that we will control the heads of snakes. I don't care what species it is. Oftentimes with smaller species like rosy boas, I can let a kid hold a rosy boa for a little bit, but most of the time, if not all of the time, I, as the educator, am going to be in control of the head. It makes for a safe interaction for everybody. It makes for a non-threatening or scary interaction for anybody. People who don't keep snakes, people who aren't used to them, are nervous about the head. They don't want to get bit. And even if I say, I promise she's not going to bite, it still is a comfort to hold the head and restrict the head. This is Meringue. She's one of our corn snakes. She is an absolute gorgeous corn snake. And doing social interactions and presentations with people, I'm just going to hold the head. I'm going to let the kids pet and interact with the body. Even if I let go of the head for a second, I'm going to have my hand around it where I'm at least in control of the head. I'm kind of dictating where her head's going to go. But usually, especially with littler kids, I'm holding the head. And it's just the safest practice for me. I don't have to worry about anyone getting bit. I'm not going to hand a snake to a kid and walk away. I'm not going to have more snakes out than there are adults with me to watch them. So if I have 3 volunteers, we got 3 snakes. If I have 1 volunteer, there's 1 snake. I want to always make sure that I am in control of all of the animals that are out and about. And I just wanted to show Piper because she's a gorgeous piebald, ball pythons. I normally bring wild type snakes because I just love wild type snakes. I think snakes in general are beautiful animals. I think their wild type patterns and colors are amazing. And in part of educating people about snakes, I want to educate about their blending into their environments and camouflaging and protecting themselves, and how snakes with different morphs will oftentimes have a difficult time blending into their environments. But I just wanted to show you guys Piper because she's a stunner. That's a freckle. It's a freckle. It always scares me when I first look at it, but it's a freckle.
She's 17 years old. Yeah, she's 17. Yeah, she was in a rescue before, so it's hard to say what kind of care they have.
So at our normal presentations, we will have a larger snake like one of our Burmese pythons or Chubba Bubba, our larger boa constrictor. But Racine has ordinances and rules. We'd like to follow them. So in this presentation, we have Sparkles. She's one of our smaller boa constrictors, but she still is a little bit larger, and we still do safe handling.
He can get bigger than this.
He's gonna get bigger than that, yeah.
Thanks you guys for watching this video. I appreciate you letting me share these safe practices with you guys. If you are in Wisconsin or Illinois and you would like to book a show, check us out at www.wpsreptiles.com. We would love to bring our reptiles to your event.
What did you call me at the last show? I was chopped. Do I look chopped today?
No, I said in the
What's the opposite of chopped? I got Riz. Yo, no, the